Let's do it. See if this works. Start my stuff. Chrome. Whoops. Yeah. Cool. See if things are working. Yep. Okay. So, gonna try to squeeze in just a little bit of time and finish what I was doing this morning. It was going super well. This is a quick overview. Working on chat field. Oh, I updated the message above my head. Maybe if I do like that, it looks better. Look at the camera. So let's kind of review and keep going. We're trying to make this real. It's very, very, very close. It's basically an HTML form as a chat, UX, UI, UX. And I was just working, I think I'm just going to dive in because time is limited. I was just working on the TypeScript example is extremely close. These language calls didn't work, and I don't know why. As float, as percent. So let's see. So as bool did work in the past, All right, let's just let it as float. Maybe try like this. Right, something like that. So it's not the number as a oh, interesting. Maybe this is my so it's your favorite number. Let's just do as the number as a real 0.0 to 1.0. Okay. So let me run that and let's just get going. Let's just try to run the favorite numbers here in the, let's just close stuff. Go. Okay. Is this the crash that was working? Yes. Yes, perfect. So this is saying bad type for cast. Let's go find that. So that's going to be, can I open this up? Thank you. Perfect. Okay, we're building a field schema for a single field. That's wonderful. Okay, so let's maybe break here and then run again. Let's see what I can see. People messaging me. I have no idea who messaged me. Okay. Good, so we're going to throw. So, bad type for cast. So let's look at some values. So here's the cast prompt. Here's the, so cast type is string. Cast name. Oh, this error message is wrong. This error message is wrong. Oh, bad type for cast. Let me do this as, string. There we go. So then if we rerun, it's just that the error message was, whoops, that's not going to work. Just don't do that. Go. The error message was just wrong. but just to like get in the mood. I'm drinking nothing. Perfect. So this is going to work. So this is just a bug. Is that? Oh, choices. Oh, I see. Right. So it's doing cast. Oh, str. Why is this cast type? It's coming in. I think this is wrong. Let's go read the Python. This bool, this boolean, this is, I think I want to fix this for real. This is bad. This is super bad. When is the last time someone wrote an actual fall through in switch case, which was not like bad? I don't want to I don't want it. So let's find out. I think I know what's happening. If I go look at the Python, I think Python's only going to accept str. Let's go read it. Oh, and I remember Python's way behind. So let's go to the interviewer. str. Yeah, you see right here. Yeah, this boolean. This is making the cast definitions exactly like TypeScript. Boolean. Yeah. No, it's str and it's bool. Uh-huh. Yeah. So str is wrong and boolean is wrong. Boolean. That's wrong. Boolean should not be in here. Got K-pop demon hunters in the other room. Okay. Let's go. If it's wrong, it's wrong. Let's let it be wrong. Let's crash and fix it. I think I kind of know where to fix it. What is this? Did it not throw? Did it throw? Go. Stop. Go. Okay, through. Yeah, bad type for cast as lang or as string. Must be on int, float, str. Okay, perfect. I think I see. Okay, I think this is. Let me see. Yeah, think. Yeah, this trace. Let's go look. I think this might be a little bug. Oh no, there's nothing in there. Okay. Let's go look for underscore as lang. Okay, not Claude, not. Let's find some TypeScript. Tests, no thank you. Here we are. Run real API, no. No. Builder. Yeah. As lang, here we are. Okay, so it's a cast builder, right? Okay, as lang. Uh-huh. Here, string. This is wrong. Boolean. Okay, so create cast builder. That's the bug. Create cast builder, right? Require subname. Awesome. Whew, it's harder to read, but okay. There's the cast name. Whoa, base prompt dot replace? Are you kidding me? Okay. Here. No. If the primitive type is number, then, oh yeah, as int, as float. Let's maybe, function. Really? You just take the name? I don't know if I believe that. And then otherwise stringify it. Okay, so this is the bug, basically. Let's do a couple of things. So if it's a number, we're going to just process that. Oh man, what is this primitive type? Can I just make it be a string? Create cast builder, primitive type, create cast builder. Why don't I just pass in like ints, right? Float. Is that what it is? Float. As float. Yeah, float, float. The function name. I don't even know if that's legit. As bool. Bool. Right? Why? Why? Who cares? As percent. Float. Right? As list. So we can keep that, I guess. Array set object. Fine. Uh-huh. As context. str. And as quote is going to be an str. As str is going to be an str. That's going to be one. And then I think this is fine. That's a choice builder rather than a cast builder. Sub attribute casts as string. False true mandatory sub name as lang. Basic type casts. Is that? I don't know if that's true. Set as current field. Casts. Let's just do that. Casts. Choice builder's fine. Okay. Let's just try that though. String. So where is that? So here, yeah, the primitive type. Okay, so it will never be number. It will never be number. Nope, 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 nope. Right? Create. What is that? Create cast builder. It will be a string, array, set, or object. Looks to me. So it'll never be a function. Okay, okay, okay. String, array, set, or object. That's the only values. But no. It'll either be the type or a string. Okay. So I guess we could do that. Yeah, triple equals array. Is that right? List? Sure. Seems sensible to me. Else if set, sure. Is set allowed? Let's go read the implementation, right? Here it is. Int, float, string, bool, list, set, dict, and choice. Okay. Okay. Int, float, string. That's going to be a string. It's going to be a string. It's going to be a string. str. Bool will be a string. List, set, and dict. Right. Okay. So easy. Get rid of that. Yep. Dict. Perfect. Oh, that's fine. It can be a string. Yeah, that's fine. No number. Else throw. Throw. Yeah, exactly. Throw. Okay. Array, set, object. No, so the first thing would be like this though. Yeah, that's the most common. Yeah, exactly. And just take its value. And then we else if. Array, set, object. Let's not take string. Keep it simple. Perfect. Yep, it works like that. So, that should be nice and clean going through the system now. Let's try that. And then here's where it's pulled back out. Okay, wonderful. So let's try it. Go. Okay. Ooh, nice. It's a 400. Okay, cool. Invalid schema. Awesome. As array schema missing items. Okay. Like this list, maybe? Properties, favorite, any of as set factors. Let's try to turn that off and see what else works. So as set factor. So you see longhand, maybe longhand did, oh no, that's string. I don't think there's any more as set. Let's just try that, turning that off. Maybe that's the only one that's broken. Yes, that's the only one that's broken. Wonderful. Yeah, set. I could see how that could be trouble. Okay. 60 from a clock. Oh, thank you. So we do our wonderful. Wait, where did all the fields go? Where did all my casts go? Okay, that's fine. Oh yeah, it casted though. Wonderful. Negative 60. That's not a float, but whatever. As float. Did as percent finally come? Thank you, finally. Okay. So as set, something's wrong with as set. Let's go find that. So here's set array of any. So list and set are like the same thing. An array of any, and you describe it. What else? They don't have z dot set. They do have z dot set. Is it just that simple? But what went wrong? Set. It was a 400. Oh yeah, it was some sort of schema error. Okay, let me try just z.set. Let's see if that's a valid type and just do favorite number, bring it back. Factors, thank you. Seems like a weird, like fundamental type to get in these language models. Like, why not just JSON list? Why have a type that's basically a list, except there's also the implicit fact that duplicates are not allowed? I don't know. Seems weird. Okay. Okay, 60. From a clock. Awesome. Awesome. Let's look at the trace. Here it is. Update number interview. Yeah, number interview. So that did run. Oh wait, no, it did not. What is this update? Is it here? Here it is. Number interview called. There it is. There's the prime factors of 60. And then what is the where's this as set? As factors. So it's an array with unique items. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All factors of the number not counting one. I don't know what this items is here, but fine. Maybe it means give it. I don't know what that means. Let's go read it. String. See, yeah, here's the enum. Really awesome. So then how does it call it? Just a big list of integers. Okay. I don't see how that's a set in any way, but awesome. Cool. Totally worked. And it did it in one query, one call. So this is totally working. Hulk sip. Yeah, 60. Okay. Love it. So that basically fixed that bug. Now there was, what did I have? As float negative and as float. Yeah, that seems to be working. As float and as float negative. Totally. I guess that's a valid float in JSON. JSON doesn't distinguish. Technically, the data type in JSON is decimal, if you ask me, because all JSON says is it starts with a numeral, and then there's an optional dot, and then there's optional numerals, whatever there's, sign. That's it. It doesn't say, oh, it's got to fit into IEEE 740, whatever. It doesn't say you have to stop after 10 billion numerals. It just says starting with a numeral and so on. So that counts, is what I'm saying. So no cultural significance, even in composite, triangular number, so awesome. It's in the large range. So awesome. So I think let's check some code in. I don't know what else to do. Python. Oh yeah. Boolean. Bool. That's how that works. So then in TypeScript, what's happened? So in the favorite number example, let's do, I mean, actually, oh yeah, let's take a little bit of this. So this percent we don't need. That's fine. Save. Yeah. Okay, it's not a test. Okay. So, what's changed in the builder? Ooh. A lot. A lot. And what's changed in the interviewer? Not a lot, right? Yeah, not a lot. Okay, let's do this. Add. Match. So these booleans, let's clean that up. No booleans. Not that. No. And then yes. Right. Builder. I think the builder, we want everything. Or wait, no, let's see. The interviewer. Yeah, just a small bug fix. Let's just push that, commit that. Technically that should kind of be 2 commits or whatever, but again, nobody's using this project, nobody's doing anything, so we'll just sneak it in. Bug fix for set types and log and errors, whatever. Okay, so the builder, so this is kind of the only real fix, which is, yeah, as int, cool. Simplify the builders. Yeah, that's it. Whatever. Okay. Okay. What happens now? It all worked. It all worked. What doesn't work? This stuff was pretty simple. I did fix it. I predicted this would be simple. Let's run some test suites, huh? npm test. Did my changes break any tests? Looks like yes. Oh yeah, LLM with both. Okay. Let's go fix those. Let's go read that. So let's try just right test npx no npm test dash dash. Let's do that. Builder.test. There we go. Okay, pass. I'm just gonna go in order. alphabetical order. It's fine. Okay, good. Conversations. So let's go pull up the conversations. What are we in? We're in TypeScript tests. No Python. TypeScript tests. We're in the conversations. All right, and what crashed? Underscore Chatfield is not as good. Whoa, where are we? Line 374. Whoa. Close that. Close these. Close favorite number. Close everything. Definitely close that. Get me back to that conversation test. Thank you. 3. Did it say 374? Oh, an interviewer. Interviewer 374. Can I fix that somehow? Interviewer 374 here. Right. I mean, yes, it should, right? If it's not, can I do like this? Will that fix it? Maybe. If it's not an instance of interview, it's not looking like it. Maybe I could cast it to any. That would be very bad. Not very bad, but let's try again. Reducer. No, it doesn't matter. Type never. What does that mean? Type never. It's a type interview equals state.interview. So what I could maybe if I do this. Right. It stops throwing or it stops complaining. Let's see if that fixes the complaint though. Yes, it does. I can't believe, like, how's that better? That seems worse. But okay. Okay, this looks legit. What is this? Binary aggregate? What is this? Messages is missing, but required in state. Yeah, it is. Make system prompt. Ooh, awesome. Get state interview. This.get state interview. Yeah. And you pass in the state. Okay, interviewer 609. Let's read that. Come here. 609. Wait, MK system prompt. And it just runs make system prompt. System prompt equals this.make system prompt. What is MK underscore system prompt? Who even runs that? What is this? Get out of there. What the heck is that? MK. Is that just like totally unused code? Why would that even be in there? Okay, go. It can't be that easy. Ah, ooh, it was that easy. Nice. What is this? Oh yeah, new LangChain packages to handle tool calling. Yeah, I know, I saw your deprecated message and all that. Okay, good. Right. Yeah. Some, yeah, TS errors, whatever. So now what? So conversation.tests, builder.test is presumably going to still work. Builder. Wonderful. Let's keep going. How about custom transformations? Pass. How about the field proxy? Pass. How about the interview? Pass. Not bad. How about the interviewer? If anything's gonna be crashing though, it'll be the interviewer. Okay. Aha. Make system prompt. Interviewer.tests. Oh, okay. Let's go fix that. So I believe the interviewer tests here. MK underscore system. Yeah, it's going to be make. Let's go check. Make system. Make field definition. System. No. No. Where am I? Yeah, in the interviewer. System prompt. Yeah, make system prompt. MAKE. Oh, let's do this. Make system prompt. And you just pass in your state. MK. Okay, let's do it like that. And so then in the tests, yeah, MK system prompt. Will that work? Let's see if it allows that empty object. Why is it freaking out? Private? Oh, that'll be easy to fix. Boom, fixed. Okay. Right, and you're not gonna let me? Yeah. Because the messages needs to be there. Okay, I mean, I could do messages empty list. Make system prompt. Or instead of the state, you pass in the interview. Let's pass in a whole state for now. Just like this. Exactly. Message is empty. Message is empty. Message is empty. Fine. 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 Make system prompt is a weird. I don't know if that'll survive the test of time anyway. Aha. Process tool input. Wonderful. LLM with both. Wonderful. LLM with both. So this tool generation, it creates a tool for each field. Expect LLM with both. Tools should be bound to LLM. No, I'm just going to drop this whole test. Here's LLM with both. Includes transformations in the tool schema. All you're looking for, no, I don't care. Tool generation, gone. LLM with both. Okay, so that's just gone. Let's just drop those tests out. I don't think it was helping. That's the sort of thing Claude Code wrote. Okay, process tool input. Here it is. So instead of process tool input, what is it just process update? I think it is. Process update tool. Is it just that simple? Process tool update. Yep. Again and again. Is it just that process update tool? Process update. Yeah, it takes an interview. Yep. Done. This might work. Yay! So, npm test. I think the whole test suite's going to pass. Skipped. Oh, because. Is it because of that? Is it because of my API keys? 65 passed. Cool. So what is that? What does that change there? Make system prompt. Yeah, let's just commit that. Let's just say like more like consistent name. Right. Okay. And then these changes. Yep. Right. Pretty awesome. npm test. So now I gotta make it implement all that stuff over on Python. because this totally works. This is the first time, maybe not the first, but this is the first sort of significant time in the project when TypeScript was just ahead. I mean, I'm ready to like test some prompts or something in TypeScript. This totally works. Maybe upgrade. I got these deprecation warnings, but pretty nice. So that's TypeScript. Let's go run Python. So in Python, PyTest, right? Perfect. So, that's awesome. So now we got to go to Claude Code. Clear it up. Clear it up. All right. Let me do this. I'm going to tell it to look basically everything I did today, right? No more gather stuff. Build a proper interview object. Unfinished work to always get a working interview object from the state. Oh, okay, so that's fine. No. It's like halfway working tool calling. It's this. Split out the done code for debugging. Okay, that's fine. Print a links with trace upon starting. That's fine. Secret environment variables. So basically, it starts from this halfway working tool call all the way up to the head. Okay, so that commit. So, if I'm including that commit to the head, you will see you'll see TS work. You will see like a lot of TS work. You will see on the TypeScript, look at all the commits and diffs from and including to the head. You will see in TypeScript, basically implementing the tool nodes directly. No more LangChain tool wrappers. No more tool node, LangGraph tool node wrappers. And the examples and tests adjusted accordingly. Oh, also along the way, the tool like definitions and schemas are computed more JIT just before querying the LLM in the like example in the what is it called, digest node, right? And the examples and tests adjusted accordingly. We need all of that implement of these updates to Python. That's it. Yeah, read all those commits. Yeah, read some diffs. To-do list. Wonderful. Remove LangChain tool wrappers. Yeah, let's see if that works. Compute tool definitions, JIT. In the digest and think nodes. Yeah, exactly. Update the tools node to handle tool calls directly. Update examples. Yeah. Remove the tool decorator. Yep. Perfect. Implement indirect tools node. Compute tool definitions, JIT. Yep. Start doing it. Are you doing it? 1.5K, yes. Perfect. Remove the tools wrapper. All right, let's go see what's happening. Nothing. It'll be in the Python, I think. Here it is. Okay. Lang. Claude Code. We got a little, okay. Yep. Huge red commit. This is great. Shoo. Yes, exactly. From the initialization. Yeah, for sure. And tool node and injected state goes away. Whew. Hopefully, the problem was it wasn't identical in Python, so we'll have to see. I could have it be different in the two languages, but I don't like that. It's going to be harder to maintain. It's going to be harder to test. I like how it's super explicit in TypeScript. There's a node. When that node runs, it looks at the previous tool call message and it just looks at the arguments passed in and it just processes those arguments. Nothing nothing super advanced, just super simple. Now I understand the structure. I need to replace the run tool method. Yeah. Yeah, you better do it more carefully. Add the new methods. I need to replace the current run tool method. Yeah, let's see. Anything change yet? Okay, some changes. Let's go read the diffs, huh? Right. And then what? Massive diff here, and then return an LLM bindable tool. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think so. Good. That's right. Then there's a real tools node. Yes. Not bad. Yeah, exactly. Not bad. Run tool. How's that tool call ID going to be defined? There it is. Perfectly fine. Cool. Self interview, tool call ID, tool call name or whatever. Yeah, totally. Looking pretty good. Compute tool definitions, JIT in the digest and think nodes. Interesting, it's not doing them in order. Else if. Uh-huh. Yeah, good. It's taking the logic. Good. Okay, I assume that's right. Update the examples. Thank you. What examples? Oh, like the trivial changes I just made? Wonderful. What was it, like as float or whatever? Don't know. Whoa. Excuse me? Update tool schema fields. Yikes. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Just drop them out. Okay. It includes transformations in tool schema. I think that might be. All tests are passing. Cool. Yep. Comprehensive test to ensure the implementation works end to end. Oh, I think I don't care. So let's look at some code. Oh dear. So chat field, ooh, that's going to be huge. Let's look at the tests first. LLM should support tool binding. Should be able to generate update tool, fake state equals blah, update tool, LLM update tool. Oh, okay. Assert update tool. I kind of don't care. All right. Right, it includes transformations. Okay. And what is this? So includes transformations in tool schema. That's exactly what I dropped out. Yeah, I described that. I dropped out that whole tool generation section. So maybe I'll just do that in Python myself. Let's just do that in Python myself. Test interviewer. Where's that? Sheffield tests. Let's just do that myself. What was that? Tool generation. Yeah, let's just drop it all. That's what I did in TypeScript. Okay. That's what that looks like. Yes, much better. And then what is this? Includes transformations in tool schema. Yep, also gone. I thought that was also, okay, includes transformations in tool schema. Where is that? Gone. Gone. Thank you. Gone. Yes, exactly. Okay. Perfect. Gone. All right. You're happy? I'm happy. So here's the change to the tests. Fine. Sync to from TypeScript. Now, I gotta really read these diffs though. This is a big diff. This is all the work I did like all day, and re-implemented in Python. So we are not. So we're pulling out tool. We're pulling out injected tool call ID. We're pulling out tool node. Yeah, let's keep that tools condition. Definitely, I like that. Okay, what's next? What's next? Uh-huh. Yep. Yep. So this is the initialization simplifies. Wonderful. Super happy with that. What's next? There's just a normal tools node now. Correct. Just self.tools, nice and simple. Yes, there is. So here's the update tool. This could omit fields. Yes, it could. All right, let's just assume that kind of works. There's the args, make a model, and then there's the schema. Yeah, so that's LLM update tool, LLM conclude tool, okay. So in the tools node, ooh, it's a little hard to read. We look at the tool call invocations, we look through, yeah, args, ID, and name, nice and simple. I still don't know why. String or none cannot be assigned of type string. It will be. Tool call ID, it will be. Can I do this? Will that fix it? Thank you. Okay. Weird. We get the tool message back out of run tool. Def run tool. Yeah, this changes the content, the tool message, the additional keyword args. Wonderful. Okay, so that's run tool. Uh-huh. We get the tool message back out. Yep. The post data is computed. Model dump. Ah, this is, yeah, the deep diff. Wonderful. If anything changed, we keep, okay. So here's run tool. Rather than, it still does return a tool message. Oh yeah, what did it used to do? Run tool. It was a node. Okay, it is no longer a node. Yep. All right. Great. Okay, what's next? That's all great. Fine. Yep. Update confidential. Super happy. There's your, bind tools is not a known attribute of none. No, that can't be right. None's definitely gonna. Self.llm, that's fine. I think that might work. System message, okay. What other changes? Yep, bind it in with the conclude tool. Prompt, LLM invocation, yes. Nice and simple, keep going. Think, okay, making the system prompt. I thought whatever. In the think node, the logic should be relatively similar. LLM is self.lm, LLM is self.lm. Otherwise, we give it an update, bind tools. Hopefully, we'll still, I don't know why it's freaking out like that. A sequence. Yeah, a sequence with dictionaries in there. I feel like that's legit. Call the LLM. Do it. Return to line graph. I do not know if anything else needs to be done. Whatever. Keep going. Make system prompt. I already kind of did that. And we're back up at the top. So that's all the changes. Looks pretty good to me. Save. Okay. Oh yeah, Python, huh? Chat field. All right, git commit chat field. Wait, what's the log? Sync from TypeScript? Yeah, git commit chat field, and then, okay. Let's run some more tests. Push, npm test, oops, PyTest. Yeah, okay, nothing's working. Oh, whoops, 254, of course. What is that? Interviewer.py, of course. Python interviewer. 254. It'd be like this, right? Or be like that. There we go. Okay. Perfect. Yes. Let's find those tests. Makes it. Oh, wait, no. That's wrong. In Python, it shouldn't be. It should be make system prompt. It should be like that. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Is there any other camel cased code here? 65 tests passing. Perfect. Is there any other camel def? Knit. Oh, where's my dang, this would be nice to look at in that thing that I broke. Yeah, make fields prompt. Make fields prompt. Right? That has to change. Yeah. Make system prompt. Route, tear down, no. No, okay, good. Good. Correct, uses snake case. Okay. I mean, all the test suites run, everything runs, the examples run, right? Python restaurant order, right? Oh, good. What is this? Choice builder object has no attribute selection. Oh, yes. Let's make Um, and then what was that was not? Let me make it do it. Fix it. This is like, now we're polishing, but this is, I mean, I'm going to start reading GitHub tickets. I don't really have any work to think like off the top of my head. Cheesecake, wonderful. Grilled salmon, wonderful. Thank you. Restaurant order. Perfect. Favorite number. Perfect. Yep. Thank you. That is correct. Okay. Okay. I just wait for it to claim that it's done, and then I'll check that in. And then the examples are identical. Casting. Invalid API key. Oh dear. Oh, have I not imported this? That's fine. Let me just tell it to stop. 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 Let me just kill it. Don't care. Okay, we're done. So I've just changed these examples slightly. Yep, so that they work. And then we'll try again, restaurant order. So it works in Python. Vegan, everything, please. Unfortunately, I'm in a hurry, right? Thank you so much. Right, so then, yes. In a hurry. Thank you for your choices and have a great night. So it ran starter. Wait, this is wrong. Okay. I think that's wrong. I don't think, okay, and then hurry, that's fine. Yeah, so then done didn't work. I think this is insane. This is like violating the schema. So, all right, thanks, bye. I don't know. Okay, whatever. So let's look at this trace. I think the schema's not, I think that rewrite from Claude Code did not, oh my God. Total shambles. Okay, update restaurant order. Okay. Okay, I bet it's easy to fix. Let's go find that. Update underscore, right? So it's good to see that it's all in here. So name, description, update tool args, create model. Ah, okay. Yeah, tool name, tool description. That'll be the args, right? Name and description. So the name went through and the description went through. Okay. LM update tool, right? Oh, so this bind tools. I don't know. Let's pause here though. Defaults to update tools. Yeah. Let's maybe pause here and run that example. So we need to go to debugger, change it to the Python current file or Python, what is it? Let's try debug current file. Let's try that. And then let's run that Python example of, was it vegan? Not tests. examples, restaurant. Yep, F5. And let's see if it's got the, okay. So the update tool is just a dictionary. Yeah. So bind tools does work, and I could kind of go to the, or now that we're in, could I just say help self.lm.bind tools? Nope. Doc. Come on. No? You're not gonna let me? Weird. Weird. Okay. Weird. Oh, it ran it here. Bind tools, args, tools, a list of tool definitions. Supports any tool definition handled by. Right. The utils function, convert to tool. Which tool to require the model to call? Options are string of the form. What? Tool choice? Strict? Yeah, it had better be true. Parallel tool calls, keyword args. Okay. Ooh, support for strict. Thank you. Okay. A list of tool definitions. Yeah, seems sensible to me. And so then, thank you. Yeah, there we go. That's what I was. Okay. Thank you. It's a sequence. Yeah, of it could be dictionary. So name, update restaurant order, description is record valid information shared by the diner. And then the arg schema, maybe it's just not quite right. Let's go read what I changed. What did I change when I rolled it? Whoops. When I rolled it out. Here it is. Conclude args. Conclude arg schema. So the field definition is just a big, I see. Create model. Field name. Doc. Okay. And then what? Conclude arg schema. Update. Yeah. You pass it in. There's another create model. Okay. Update tool. So there's a description, and then what's available? Whoops. The arg schema. I'm not sure if that's correct. Args underscore schema. Let's see. How did it work? You would just wrap it. Oh yeah, arg schema equals conclude tool args. So the conclude tool args is you make a model with this state and this tool call ID. Yeah, inserted. Okay, but I don't know if I need that anymore. Yeah, injected state. Yeah, that's how it was working. That's that injected state. I wonder if the JavaScript could have done that, but don't care anymore. I'm getting out of this tool call business. So, name, description, args underscore schema, and that's a model with just the state and tool call. Okay, and then but then this conclude arg schema is not a model. It's just a random dictionary, right? Yeah, it must be. Create model. Oh, the field definition is a model though. I see. Right. And then here's that field name, and it's just this model or optional. Okay, so every field is a model, and then that schema needs to become its own model. Okay. So this is the arg schema. Looks kind of okay to me. Let's see it. Update underscore tool arg schema. Right. It's the update tool args. Right, exactly. With oh, is this right? Wait, model config, model extra, model fields. Oh, I see. Yeah, I think that's correct. Okay. LM update tool. So if, yeah, exactly. Why do this? Why not just return the arg schema? The only problem is it's not a model, it's just a random dictionary. Let's just see what happens. Stop it and retry. Not sure. Restaurant order.py go. 2119, okay. Okay, let's break here. All right, so the update tool, so that's just going to be a dictionary with a dictionary inside of it. But then each one of these are indeed, yeah, these types. And then why is bind tools freaking out? lm.bind tools. Is that not correct? Yeah, for sure. And there's just this at tool state and tool call ID. I see. It's because of these annotated types where I can inject the state and the tool call ID. I see. I don't like that. I like my system. So, okay, I either need to read the documentation on bind tools. Let's just let it go. Let's step over and just let it go and then click this trace, right? Let's go to this trace and see what tools. So if I say 42 or vegan, let's let it go. Vegan everything. Why would I get vegan? Stupid. Why am I fighting with the yellow? Sorbet. Okay. Oh, it might be doing this because... Okay. Yeah. This is all wrong. Okay. Let me just let it keep going. There was a glitch. Really? Okay. Let's stop this and let's just see what happened. Update restaurant order. Yeah, the name and the description. Record valid information shared by the diner about the restaurant order. And the arg scheme. Okay, let's go read bind tools. Lang graph, bind, or lang chain, really. Right? Tool calling. Lang chain. Yep. Function calling. Okay. Use the tool decorator to create a tool. A tool is an association between a function and its schema. Tool binding. The tool needs to be connected to a model that supports tool calling. Yes. When appropriate, the model can call the tool. This pseudocode, yep. See our conceptual guide on tools now. I kind of just want to go read this tools wrapper. Bind tools, multiply. That's it? Just a method? Okay. Tool execution. Pre-built components. That will invoke a tool. Thank you. Forcing tool use. Right. This is awesome. Tool choice. I got to remember that. Okay. So that was not super helpful, but maybe what I could do is, so langchain.core.tools, right? Oops. Import tool. Is it tool like that? And then if I just hit F12, no? From langchain, oh. Like that? Yeah. So then if I just jump here, yeah, let's just read this source here, huh? So there's an array. Oh yeah, you pass in a description, args underscore schema. Parse docstring. Okay. Overload def tool. Okay. Name or callable. No, it's, what is it? Name or callable. Yeah. Returns the tool. Let's see what it does. Create tool factory, callable. Invoke wrapper. Infer schema or arg schema. Here we go. Structured tool.from function. Arg schema equals schema. We could maybe try breaking here. I don't know. And then it returns this tool object, right? Okay. Let's try that. Where is that? Did I lose my runner? Did I lose my example? Let's go back to my restaurant, right? Yeah, let's keep doing that. Ooh, people are watching. Am I using... Oh, there's a chat question. Hello. There's a chat question about, am I using a paid version of AI? The answer is yes, but I'm just using the APIs from OpenAI and from Anthropic, using the Claude and using the OpenAI right now. Mostly, I just pasted my OpenAI key here first, and so I've been testing with OpenAI this whole project. But and what I love in Langsmith is Langsmith will show like the cost. This was about 1 US cent. It actually takes me about 1 US cent to run this conversation, so that's good to know. Okay. So the update has the update tool has name description and arg schema, and then arg schema is, the thing is, it's just a dictionary, so we'll see if that works. Let's say play. Okay, that didn't do anything. Bind tools. Vegan everything. Final answer. Right? Bind the tools. It's not working. Okay. Maybe I can just step into it. Vegan. I keep saying vegan. So let's step in here. Here we are in bind tools. Let's just step over and see where we go. Convert to OpenAI tools. Okay. Formatted tools. Function. Is that a thing? OpenAI tool 0 type function. Name. Update restaurant description. Okay, so it's missing its here's the tools, here's the name. It's missing its arg schema. Okay. Formatted tools equals convert tool for tool and tools. Okay. Convert to OpenAI tool. Okay. Let's keep going. I think it already lost it. Okay. Tool names append, yeah. Tool choice, yes. Yeah, here's these formatted tools, and so it's been lost. Yeah, this function, update restaurant order, and it has no schema. Okay. Let's do it again. Stop. Do it again. Not test interviewer. Oh my God, why does it keep doing that? VN, open the restaurant order. Yes, go. Okay. Okay, so when we bind it in, let's step in. And then this convert to OpenAI tool, I want to go there. Yeah. Args tool. Okay. Pause here. So go. Yes. So this tool is a dictionary. Yes, it is. We get the type. All right. Well-known API tools. Function, file search. Oh, weird. MCP. Oh, wow. Weird. Okay. And what is my tool type here? Name, description. It has nothing. Okay. Interesting. So I could say type equals function. What a weird. Okay. Okay, keep going. It's not a custom tool. Okay. Name and description. Wait, where is the... Convert to OpenAI tool. Okay. Convert to OpenAI function. Tool strict equals strict. Oh, I bet that's it. Let's do that. Convert to OpenAI function. Let's step in. Here we are. Let's break right here. Go. Oh no. You take an argument called function? Okay. 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 Right. If true, the model operator is guaranteed to exactly match the schema. If none, strict will not be included. Okay. A dictionary version of the pass function. Okay. So let's see, because the problem is it's got to pick up those. Look, there's the input schema. Ah. Yeah. So it's got to have a name and an input schema. Look, input schema, name and parameters. So there's the input schema. Okay. Name and parameters. Tool spec. If description is in the tool spec. Okay, so let's step. It's not going to have input schema. It's going to have args schema, right? args schema, args schema, format tool to OpenAI function, parameters. This is a hack to get around the fact that some tools do not expose an args schema and expect an argument, which is a string. And OpenAI does not support an array type for the parameters. Okay. So the parameters is arg1. Okay. Weird. So that's... So what I don't understand is this tool... Whoops. This tool binder. Can you show me the method? Many model providers support tool calling, right? Yeah, attribute. Here we go, the reference. Perfect. It provided tool calls. What is this? Oh, AI message. Yeah. Let's see if I can find some tools here. Here. Wonderful. So here's a tool. I think I already read this. Make tools out of functions. Can be used with or without them, right? Description. Used only if description and docstring is not... What? Tool function docstring used even if... What? Optional description. Precedence of the school... Okay, fine. So here's arg schema. So, but that's to the tool argument. That has nothing to do with that, that has nothing to do with the, like, I guess what I'm saying is this is the tool wrapper with this args schema. It doesn't necessarily mean, let's see if I search for bind tools, right, chat anthropic. So let's just check on chat OpenAI. Yeah. Oh, is this Azure OpenAI? Yikes. Bind tools. Tools. Callable base tool. Okay. Wait, it's a sequence, a union of a dict or a type or a callable or a base tool. Okay. Maybe I want this base tool type. Returns a runnable. Oh, yeah. Okay. Sequence. Okay, and what's a base tool? Args schema. Cool. Langchain core.tools at base tool. Maybe I could do this. Base tools influence standard. Okay, okay. Base class for all LangChain tools. Abstract class defines the interface. Okay. Ooh, someone's typing. I'm planning on a project to integrate AI with a lot of callable function tools. Yes. If you can learn from my pain here, that's wonderful. I think it's worth the effort because what's happened, this is working in TypeScript now, but what this means is anytime I want to query the LLM, I can choose any functions or tools for it to call very, very conveniently as a developer. So I'm happy. I just got to get this param, callback manager, callbacks, description. I don't know about all this. So I kind of think, I'm thinking, where was this code? Where are we? I think we're here. And did I not like step in? I thought I stepped in. Convert to OpenAI. See, so it's input schema now. Name and parameters. and then the description. Yeah, it's perfect. So, but why is input schema wrong? Now, what I could do is an Anthropic format tool, excuse me. Amazon Bedrock Converse format tool. So it's a dictionary and tool spec is in there, right? Already. So it's a dictionary and it's got a name. Name, description, parameters, and strict. So there's parameters. JSON schema. Name, title, description, properties. Nope. Okay. So we try input schema. That's the point. So if I stop this, I'm not sure if this is good or not. Bind tools is not known effort. No, it's fine. So LM update tool. So right here. So this arg schema, we could just try input schema. Let's try that. And let's run the interviewer. Or no, let's run the restaurant order. Okay. Shall I jump in? Let me just hit play. Okay, is instance. So this, yeah, let's keep stepping. Keep stepping. No. Custom tool, no. Convert to OpenAI function, go. Right? So this should evaluate true. Name and input schema is in there. Yes. So we're going to get names, we're going to get parameters. We're going to get a description. Strict mode, don't really care right now, and then done. So let me return that out. Play, where's it broken? Something broke. Object of type what? Object of type union generic. Oh, whoa. Oh, okay. Why? Oh my God. Return run code. Start a conversation, return run code. Fine. Okay, so that converts into, okay, let's try again. I don't know. Let's try, whoops. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. It's restaurant order. Stop. Go. Okay. That was weird. So that didn't work. Now what I could do, okay, there's a couple things I could do. So if I just step over, right? Let's not break here anymore. Convert to OpenAI. This is convert to OpenAI function. Yeah, let me maybe break here. Let that go. Let that go. Oh, it threw before it returned back to me. Show the stack frames. Okay. Nice. What's it trying to encode? Messages, GPT, temperature, tools. Here's the tools. Maybe. It's just copied over my parameters. Yeah. Maybe that's bad. Okay. Okay, I'm going to try two things. I'm going to try. So one problem was these parameters. I didn't make it an object. I made it a, let me find my own code. Interviewer.py. So in this LM update tool, oh my God. So in the LM update tool, this args schema is not create model like this. So I could try to bring that back. Update tool args, and then basically it would be like this. Like that. So we could try that, and if that still doesn't work, then I think I'm gonna bring back that tool wrapper because I can have it do a no-op. I mean, that can work, and I don't want to. That would be. It works in Python, and then I have to re-implement it in TypeScript, and then it works in TypeScript, and I have to fix it in Python again. I don't want to do that. I don't want to go around in circles. So I might just bring back some of those helpers, and it's fine. So let's try this though, because that's a proper like model. Like this would be the Z object in TypeScript. So let's try that. Restaurant order, go. Okay, I'm gonna try to let it go. Right, so here, this function, its parameters is this class now, rather than, yeah, rather than my dictionary. So let's see what happens. I think probably the same crash. That's what I would guess. Yeah, what happened? LM response, something crashed, same crash. Model meta class is not JSON serializable. Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I see the bug. Yeah, I'm just trying to send that to the LLM, and that tool helper has been helping more. So I think what I'm gonna do is bring it back in Python. It's just gonna have to be a difference in Python versus TypeScript, because in TypeScript you just pass that object with 3 properties and it's easy. So let's just try this. Let's try to bring it back. So what did I do in my code here? Ooh, people are chatting. Oops. Stop it. Yeah, so I need to like, I need to make my kids go to bed here. So what did I do in my code here? So that tool, right? Yeah, all it did was this. But then that update wrapper was then bound to the LLM like that. So I'm gonna try to do that too. Tool calling, function calling, what is this? Fine, no, whoops, interviewer. Okay, so the arg schema, so that input schema definitely didn't work. So there's the arg schema. So let me paste in. So it would be something more like this, right? Instead of the name. So this would be a tool. You would pass the tool name, pass the tool description, pass this exactly. So this update wrapper, I think there is no longer state. There's no longer the tool call ID. Now, run. That's the point is it ever supposed to run? So return update wrapper. So the tool has wrapped everything or whatever, but the arg schema is correct. Oh, and then let's break here, right? Like return none or return. What do I want to return? None, I guess. I don't even know. Okay, so then we return that lm update tool. So that's going to return a tool, whatever, and we bind it in, same as before. Yes, same as before. Okay, let's try it. Restaurant order, go. Right, so there's like a little method that never runs. I guess in TypeScript I did have that. I did have some little weird method that never ran, didn't I? Infer schema or arg schema. Wonderful. Structured tool. This is cool. If infer schema or arg schema. Wonderful. I'm just going to let it go. Okay, so we got a tool. It's a structured tool. It has a name, it has a description, it has arguments. Wonderful. So let's try to bind that in. Yay, it worked. Let me close my traces. This might be a good one. Close, 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 close. Let's click on this trace. And I'm going to let it go. Okay. Vegan everything, please. For all courses, please. Okay, let's let it go. I think I'm just going to stop. Perfect. Perfect. Huh? What? Oh, not perfect. Okay, small infinite loop, but let's see what happened. Just a little infinite loop. So, this is just the first message. Yeah, cheesecake. Then, yeah, okay. Update restaurant order. What is this? Wait, click here. Turn to, here it is. Yes, it's called. Okay. Description, properties. What is this? Oh, starter. Right. Any of that or null? Yep, totally. Uh-huh. Starter or appetizer, all this stuff. Wonderful. Uh-huh. Appetizer. So that's all good. And then it did call the function. Okay, so I may just have a little bug in my own code. Oops. Yeah, let's just see what happened. I think I have some sort of infinite loop bug. That's fine. So I say vegan for everything. It ran the tool. Wait, run tool. Tools. Route from think. Okay. Route from think. Yeah. To tools. Or yeah, that's fine. Route to tools. Right. Yeah. Think to tools. But that's fine. Route from think. And then now we're in the tools. So what is that? Tools bracket. That is my node. Okay, in fact, let's break here. This node's never really run, these output messages. Let's break here and see what happens. Okay, let's just do it again. Because the tool calling, I think, basically works with the LLM. Oh, what's the messages say? Project. Yeah, callable functions. Yes. Yes, Robin. Yes. I think the callable functions is like one of the most valuable things of the entire LLM. Like, yeah, composing emails or composing messages or whatever, but if you can't wrap, an email or something inside some JSON and send it around the internet, it's not useful. And so that's exactly what chat field is doing, is saying, well, if I just make one little comment as a dialogue, you might want to extract that information and have it in many different formats, and the LLM should do all of that hard work for you. Okay, vegan everything, please. Okay. Yes. Okay. So it's running a tool. We're routing to the tools. And how did we route to the tools? Because we ran. Yeah, it's because tool condition. Tool condition ran. Tools condition ran. Wonderful. We love that. So then we're in the tools. Let's step around a little bit. So there's the pre-data, messages. Uh-huh. Right. So here are the invocations. This should just be a list of invocations. There is one. Yeah, with all the arguments. Starter, main course, dessert. Hurry is none. Wonderful. Then what? Tool call invocation. So this looks good. Oh, and incidentally, that other tool never ran. Keyword args, tool call ID. Mm-hmm. And tool call name. All works. So I run run tool. This node runs run tool. There's the interview. There's the ID. There's the name. There's the keyword arguments. That looks great. Step in. Run tool. There's the ID. There's the keyword arguments. And then there's the name, right? I should log that name. Run tool. Yeah, that's a wrong log, really. Try like that. Tool call ID with the keyword args. That's fine though. Step over. Uh-huh. Perfect. Yes, this is fine. Mm-hmm. Content equals, yikes, that's weird. So we're going to try to process a tool input. Now, process tool input, is that a method again? Shouldn't it be, hasn't this changed? Isn't this, instead of process tool input, hasn't it become, what is it? Get diff head, it's like 15 ago. Process tool input. I thought I renamed it in TypeScript. Yeah, I renamed it in TypeScript and Claude Code didn't pull it over. It's process update tool now. Yeah, process update tool. That's, yeah, run tool. Okay. Mm-hmm. So that's fine. So let's keep going. Oh, didn't we step in? Step in. Process update tool. Okay, defined arguments. Tool input for, yeah, exactly. Print. It should say 3 or something. Yep, 3 fields. Wonderful. So this is fine. This is going to update the state. Oh, the interview is passed in, and then that chat field comes from the interview. So it updates the interview object. So that's all great. So let's step out. We're good there. Step over. So there's been no error. So yeah, it's going, the content is going to be success. There's a tool message. So what's wrong? This all looks great. There's a tool message, content, the name, the tool call ID, and then the additional keyword arguments. Sure. Weird, but yes, fine. So if I step out of here, the tool message, we append it to our output list. We're done. Yes. We check the post data. So this should return a diff, or this should be changed. State update, fine. Messages for sure. Diff, this is going to come out true for sure. So we update the state. And then because this is a tools node, easy peasy. Isn't that like done? Isn't it working? What's wrong? Okay. Why are we routing? Route from tools to digest. Oh. And then from digest back to tools, I see. So digest has run. Has digest run in order to tell it to, hey, mark that confidential field done now, right? If that's the case, then that's awesome. Let's see. Let's pause here and not here and go. Okay. Tool call ID, tool call name, update confidential. Yes, indeed. And then there are no parameters. That's bad. That's super bad. That's definitely bad. Okay, that's super bad. Update confidential restaurant order. Uh-huh. That's super. Oh, I think it might be the same bug. It might be that same bug. What was it? Self.lm .bind tools. Yeah, that's totally not going to work. Confidential. It's not going to work this way. It's got to work the way I got it working in the update. Okay, so that was args schema. So for now, I have to do it with this tool, @tool. I have to do it this way. Let me just make a comment. Identical. Binding to the object with name, description, arg schema, but yep, in Python. So for now, tool decorator for a callable, which never actually runs, right? So we run tool. There's the name, there's a description, there's the args, update wrapper. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Tool name, keyword args. Let's throw. Don't do anything, just throw. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. So then let's do it. Tool name, tool description, and tool args. Let me just copy all this code, and then let's go to that what was it? Confidential here. So here's the tool name, here's the description, there's the tool args, everybody's happy, and that LLM's just not working that way. Right. You have to, so that's the confidential tool args. Yep. You just have to define a tool like this. There goes the name. There goes the description. Here's, it's going to be these confidential. Yeah, this is going to work. I bet this works. So unused wrapper, right? Update wrapper. Unused, what is it called? Let's just call it wrapper. Update wrapper. Unused wrapper. No. Let's just call it wrapper. Yeah. Return wrapper. Where else is it? Wrapper. Wrapper. It's not a real wrapper though, but it doesn't matter. Okay. Let's try. Yeah, it's fine. So in digest confidential, build up all the parameters and blah, blah, blah. There's the description. And then you make a model in Python with Pydantic. There's all the field definitions. Then you just make this unused wrapper. Now, instead of return, it does lm.bind tools wrapper like that. That's going to work. There's the LLM. Didn't I do the LLM after all the system message? Whatever. Confidential tool args. Yeah, let me just move this out, I guess. I'll just keep it. I think that's going to work. So that's the confidential one. And I think I have to do it in one more place. Bind tools. The conclude tool, right? Yeah, LM conclude tool. Oops, come here. LM conclude tool. So this also needs a fix. So that's good. It's just not this. Yep, exactly. Gotta do that. So I'll say, wait, what was it? Yeah, it was right after the args. Go. This is not running anymore. Wrapper, whatever. And we just return the wrapper. Let me just get rid of the code, doesn't matter. Okay, so I think that'll work. Conclude tool args. Whoops, confidential, conclude tool args. Yes, perfect. Good. So we do that. So I think that will do the restaurant order. And it's all done with the same logic as the TypeScript, which is not bad. That's a pretty big rewrite, or medium-sized rewrite, for with respect to the size of the whole project. So let's say vegan everything thing. Vegan everything. Sync it up. Good. Ah, it ran a tool. It ran a tool. What tool did it run? It must have run... I'm just going to let it go. It must have run the normal order. Yes, it did. Okay. 2, starter and main course. So the dessert has been lost. Okay. Vegan. I said vegan. What's your problem? Okay. Is it going to work? Yes. Yes. Good. Totally worked. Totally worked. Politeness 75%. Okay. That's better than most days. Okay. Good. Good. So this is working. Oh, there's chats. Oh my gosh, there's chats. The things are only specific to a particular language for Python. Yes. The things that are only specific to a particular language, like in Python. If you're asking like a config file or something that's specific to one language, that is something that I'm really exploring in this whole project. But for a config file, for the moment, really at the moment, day to day, things are just changing so fast. For example, just yesterday, I upgraded to LangGraph 1.0.0 Alpha 3 just came out. In fact, maybe there's a newer one today. Well, let me not get into it. And so, and then in LangGraph, in that upgrade, they said, oh, we've deprecated the way we do tool calls. So things are still moving pretty fast. And so and my feeling is in a config file, you're just as busy. I don't mind it for an immature early project. I don't mind if I'm busy. Which file am I busy in is less urgent for me, less important for me now. But my hope is to get a sense of, oh, like, is it just, once I get all of this working, this tool calls, everything else is identical. It's been mostly identical. And so then, yeah, maybe just some documentation. There's also a question of what do I make Claude Code? I've experimented a bit with little agents for Claude Code to run an agent, and then that agent will audit everything, but it hasn't gone really well. And now I'm thinking maybe that's expensive to make it read the entire code base just to compare every line. So for the moment, it hasn't, I haven't got a perfect answer just yet. That's exactly something I'm trying to test here. So veggie salad, polite, percent 75, tool calls working. We could try instead of the restaurant order, we could try favorite number. Favorite number had all those conclusion stuff, right? Whoops, examples, favorite number, go. What's your favorite number? What's a fun one? Yeah, 60 has, how about 95, 90, 95? What are the prime factors of 95? Just love it. Just always loved it. I don't know. Thank you. Thank you. Very nice. Very nice. 95. Gossip. Ha, 95. Yes. 5, 19. Oh, so 5 times 19 is 95. Thank you very much for that. It's huge. This is perfect. So what that means is the no, it's the restaurant one that has all the fun, like, yeah, of course it does. The restaurant one has the conclusion. So if I say I'm in a hurry, let's say I'm not in a hurry. Um Salmon, I'll say Caesar, salmon, and cheesecake. Thanks. All right. Caesar, salmon, and cheesecake. Boom, boom, boom. Yes. Now, did it call one tool 3 times? It called one tool 1 time with 3 fields. Very happy. Then, having decided that the conversation was not done, but enough, it needs to digest. Then the digest calls another LLM, and the LLM calls another tool. And it says we got to update confidential fields. We need to set hurry to basically nothing. Finally, we need to digest again. Yeah, I want to expand. I want the nodes to be a little separate. But anyway, we need to digest again. We need to decide if if Bob was polite or not. So there it goes. Politeness 0.8. So we're 80% polite. Perfect. And then with the politeness set and the hurry set, that makes the done true, and we're done. Return none. Cool. Caesar, salmon, and cheesecake. Normal service. If I do it again and I say Caesar, salmon, cheesecake. I'm in a rush though, right? Caesar, salmon, cheesecake. I'm in a rush. Off we go, off we go. Rush order requested. Totally working. Totally working. Both languages work. Let me check it in. Python, chat field. So, okay. Whoa, regex import E? New. Oh my God, who did that? Did I do that? I don't remember doing that. What is that? Interview. Were, of course it is. E? Are you kidding me? Did I do that? Okay. So, we're going to import the tool wrapper. We're going to wrap a function with the tool, and we're never going to use it. Same. Run tool. So that's a logging difference. Process tool. That's different. Okay, so let's try this. Let me add. Let's try. No. Let's try just that tool fix. So that's yes. This is yes. And this is no. And this is yes. Exactly. And then no. And then no. So get diff dash dash cached. So that's a really good, but okay, so must, I don't know if that's totally true, but in Python to get the LM to see the right like arg schema. That's basically what's happening here. Wonderful. Whoops. Oh man, I checked it all in. Dang, I spent all that time adding it in and then wasted it. Yes, 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 no, yes, no, no. Okay. So instead of CI, it's commit. Okay, there we go. So now I got now it's got some logging changes, or what is it? No. So split this. Yeah, that's a logging change. That's not related. That's not related. That's a logging change. Yep. Whatever. Done. Now what? So this is also a real one. So that's the correct tool name, the update tool. Yes. correct tool name is process, or correct like name. The correct name is process update tool. Okay. Woo! Let's run some test suites. PyTest. npm test. Oh, interview object has no attribute process tool input. Oh yeah, let's go check. Let's go fix those tests. Come on, we're almost done. Where is that? It's the Python tests for the interviewer. No, but it's the tests for the interviewer here. What is that? Process tool. Where is that? Yeah, test interviewer. No, not test interview, test interviewer, sorry. Yep. Oh, people are chatting. Oh my gosh. Beginners, Orlando, beginners. I've said many times, if people ask about starting as a beginner, the answer is start with anything. Any language, if you want any project, any language, just create something. I really think that's the best first step. And the reason is it is so easy to change something that exists and works into something else. You can change from Ruby to Python, or from Python to JavaScript, or you can change from AWS to Google, or you can change language, or you can change from a graphical web UI to a terminal UI. All of that's doable in software. So that is always, I think, the place to start. And then what do? It just anything exciting for you. Again, you want to finish. So if it's boring, if you're teaching yourself like something boring for a certification, that's not the same thing as like teaching yourself successfully and like with motivation. All right, let's fix this dang bug. What is that? Process tool input. And so it's been changed to process update tool. Process update tool. Go. PyTest. Process tool input. Good. Add dash patch. So no, yes. So let's take that as well. Git commit, amend. Whoops. Uh-oh. Nobody look. Okay. What other comments? I'm talking about the wrapper. Oh, you can have a common function. You can have a common function with function name as a parameter. Oh, I think that's a perfect point. What you're saying, I think that's totally right. It's not dry what I'm doing. Hey, it's not dry. I think that's totally true. What you're saying, and then the fact that I'm doing, I don't love it. I love my test passing, and I love things working end to end. It's working, but I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do. What's up? What are y'all doing?
I'm trying to not let her touch the green screen. That's what she wants.
Bye. What are y'all doing? Going to bed? Yeah. It's super late. It's bedtime. I'm almost done. I finished mine. I'm almost done. So, yes, I, like if you asked me, actually config file, I think I know what you're saying now. So if I just said like, for example, actually that's a great idea. If there's a config file, I'm just going to draw it here. And I say like it's YAML or something. And I say, well, there's a tool called, update information. And then it has a couple of, for example, parameters, and maybe they're int or something like that. Or I could even say, oh, it's defined dynamically from some other object in my system. But then the point is both JavaScript or both TypeScript and Python read that and then work from there. That's totally good. Definitely. I just kind of working from kind of, as they say, debugging all of this into existence. So I just haven't refactored it and done it. I definitely don't love like writing wrappers around methods that are never called and all of this. I don't think any of that is like really good long-term um, permanent like code to be running. But tonight I want to get it, the end to end is working. And again, I mentioned the other day, I need to get it. It was LangGraph and it was deep eval, either Lang Smith rather or deep eval. I want to get super serious about testing the prompts. How I mean, really, these tool calls, it's just a way to tell the LLM, hey, instead of giving me a big string back, you must give me back, these objects and data structures and all of that. The LLM doesn't like, I don't know. To me, it doesn't call the tool. It's more like RPC. The LLM says, all right, this is the name of the tool I want, and here's all these detailed, data structures to pass in. What I'm trying to do is data extraction. So I'm mostly done. I'm saying, thanks for the data structure. We're done here. But in principle, you could send that data structure to an API and all that. So yes, it's definitely not dry. It's I've got repeated code in Python and a little bit repeated in TypeScript, and all of that would be nice to tidy up for sure. Um, yes. So just not tonight, basically. So return none. All right, where was I? Was I checking stuff in? Was I good? Oh yeah, I pushed it out. Were other people talking? You're asking the AI to do stuff in Python, a common function. Yeah, I think you're totally right. Do you think AI will eventually replace most programmers? Oh, this is something I've also said a lot. I believe AI will not replace programmers. Mostly that's from my experience using Claude Code. And because I'm old, it's my experience learning IDEs. When I was born, there were no IDEs. There were only text editors, and there were IDEs. And people said similar stuff about IDEs. They said, "Oh, first of all, they said, of course you need it for Java. Java's so difficult. Otherwise, you can't possibly do it without an IDE. So you've created a problem, and then you've created a solution." But the complaint about IDEs was you're going to get lazy. You're not going to think really hard. It's going to type everything for you, and you're not going to care. And I think what happened is that basically didn't happen. Basically, we wrote a lot. We wrote millions of lines of Java and C Sharp and these, typed languages, TypeScript even, with IDEs. And the thing that it took away was stupid. It was tracking all these types. It's great for compiling. It makes sense. But in my head as a programmer, I'm not super interested in types all the time. And so the IDE helped there, and everybody wrote better software. So the humans were allowed to focus on more important problems, basically, the developers, the software developers. And I think basically the same thing's going to happen. I mean, like the web, the dot-com boom, it changes the industry and the whole world and stuff. So there will be a lot of change, but I don't think I think yesterday's junior software engineers just taught themselves software all day, and tomorrow's junior software engineers will teach themselves success by driving Claude Code. And a junior engineer has different challenges with Claude Code than a senior engineer. Um, but you're going to need judgment. I think perhaps junior engineers can build things that previously only senior engineers could do, like for example, a full stack application. But then it's like less. There's still a value there, but I do not think AI will build software alone. Another hero of mine, Junaid Syed, told me, he made this point: the amount of hard work you have to put will not change. If you're prompting, vibe coding, Claude coding, all of it, it's great to prompt and get a lot done, but you know, for the most part, complex problems require complex solutions, and complex solutions implemented in software are are always complex software. There's basically no such thing in my opinion. In general, simple software does not solve complex problems. Um, so all that hard work is still left to do. The language models are advancing our field. And in fact, with programming especially, it's always been changing and turned on its head every 5 or 10 years. You know, the IDEs and CI/CD and DevOps and just so many revolutions and model view controller approaches. And just there's so many revolutions and changes in the business of making software or the profession. I feel like, great, now we got language models. We're just gonna, yeah, it's like the joke about New York City. Yeah, it's always changing. It's never stops. So for programmers especially, I feel like, yeah, we are a profession where everything's changing every 5 years. For other areas like processing insurance claims or something like that, that's where I'm less sure myself, and I don't do that professionally. So um, I do not believe AI will remove software jobs. Or, sorry, I'm ranting. Let me get more coffee. How about this? Have you ever heard, thinking about supply and demand? The day has never come when all of the programmers in the world just took the day off because there was just no demand for software. The demand for software has always been greater than the supply. Not the demand for software, the demand for software creation, the demand for programmers, right? The demand for turning an idea into software, the demand for programming. And if we increase the capacity to write programs 10x, or I think even 100x, the demand will rise. I would love to turn on for my phone, for my OS to have like no apps on it, and I just say what I want it to do, and it's just writing software all day long for me. And I say, oh, I want to send messages to people, or I want to email. I don't know. And you know, half of all my mobile phone activity is I say what I want, and as part of the phone, kind of like Claude Code, trying to solve my problems, it might say, oh, let me write a quick app or something like that. Um, that's, there might be 10 or 100 or 1,000 times more lines of code being written. They might not be saved and run forever. They might be temporary. Um, but I mean, just the demand for making software, I just do not see where it ends. Even if we can make 100 times more software per day, I don't see where the demand stops. Okay, what are people saying? Yes, the demand. AI will give programmers superpowers to think out of the box. Yeah, Robin, I think that's 100% correct what Robin said. Yes, exactly. It'll give us superpowers. And, an IDE is already a superpower. A compiler is already a superpower. You might say, a web server is or a web stack is a superpower, in the sense that you can kind of solve any problem that can be solved with pixels. Um, I think that's right. I think that now we have the superpower to build software. What I'm really interested to see is what are the first like build like not the editor, but will there be a language or a framework where you cannot use the framework unless you have an LLM? Like it's like Vue or Vercel or Next.js or something. What's the Next.js where um even just create, initializing the app, or I don't even know yet. I don't know if I did, I would create it. But I think someday they'll just say, oh yeah, if you want to use our tool to develop, you must query an LLM to like set things up, or I don't know. I think that's going to happen. So that'll be fun to see. Okay. What are we doing? Are we done? What's going on here? Claude Code, Python tests. I know some stuff's way out of sync, but wait, npm, no, PyTest, and then npm test. Yeah, 65 test pass. I got this warning here. Oh, is it not? Yeah, so I do get a warning, but it doesn't show up in the test suite, but that's fine. Come on, come on, come on. Oh dear, let me just press return. 7 test pass, 65, 7 test suites, 65 tests. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 test suites, 65 tests passing, 2 languages. And the tests, whoops, the examples, Python, favorite number, switch over, examples, npx tsx, favorite number. Okay. Hello there, you have a passion for numbers. Whoa. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice. That's very nice. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Okay. Whew. Why is this number interview and this just says interview? That's slightly annoying, but not bad. So then I'll say 42. And here I'll say 42. Whoops. Wrong way. 42. Ah, 42. Oh, cool. A number with quite a reputation. What makes it special to you? So I'll say Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, HHGTG, HHGTG. Yeah. Okay, my pretty print is not quite working in TypeScript, and in Python it pretty prints everything, but all the data is in there. It's all in here. 42 longhand, power of 2, false, C sip song 42, 42, 42, I think that's it. Zweienvierzig. Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. Awesome. Totally works in both languages. What about the restaurant example? Python restaurant. npx tcx restaurant. Now, there was a couple of problems. I said vegan. The whole point of it was to say vegan. I want everything vegan, please. Thank you very much. I wish for all courses to be vegan. Please, right? So if I copy that and paste, copy, paste, whoops, paste. A vegan delight will make it right for starters or something else. And for dessert, what would you like? Yeah. Or something else that fits vegan scene. I don't know if this is the model, the prompt, but this is why I wanted to get into testing prompts instead of testing like data schemas. I think the value of here comes from the better prompts, testing the prompts. And yes, I don't know. Skip, conclude, politeness. Oh my God, vegan. 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 Okay, good. At least I've got consistent errors in both languages. That's kind of fine. 5,000. Okay. This came out wrong. Fine. Good. That's why I want this printing. I don't think the schema was wrong. Actually, I could check. Check the trace here. So this is the TypeScript schema. Or sorry, this is the TypeScript trace or whatever. So update restaurant order. Garden salad, veggie pasta, success, weird, sorbet, thank you. Human said vegan. Sorbet, success, update the hurry. No information, perfect. Politeness, 50. Yeah, let's go read that. Oh wait, where'd it go? Where'd that politeness come from? Politeness 50. Success. Oh wait. Where is that? It's not here. No. Is it here? Conclude. Oh yeah, it is conclude. As percent. Oh, parse as percentage, 0 to 100. That's definitely wrong. 0-100. That's definitely wrong. No, not React. Builder. This is wrong. Yes. As percent in TypeScript is wrong. Let's go look at the builder in Python. Chat field builder. As percent. Parse as a percentage. Yeah. Parse as a percentage. 0 to 0 to 1.0. Yes. Okay. Let's go fix it in the TypeScript builder. TypeScript builder. Here it is. Percentage. Ah. See, this is a great example you were saying earlier, which was Robin. Oh gosh, people are talking. Oh my gosh. Yes, this is driving me crazy, basically. Like I've tried to, well, I mean, I don't think I'd be shipping two languages, especially one that I'm not strong in. I'm stronger in JavaScript, but JavaScript's just not TypeScript. As far as, and especially if you're meta programming and you're doing all this stuff, and JavaScript's not TypeScript. And so I've been trying to tell Claude Code, do it both. So it must be, no, I think it's like this. So it's net win that I'm doing, that I've got two test suites with two tests and all this, but it's not perfect because Claude Code just constantly, in a way that a human would never do, like Claude Code just didn't copy that prompt correctly, I think, at some point. Where is that? Builder. Yeah, 0 to 0 to 1.0. Okay, so that's fixed. Let me just check that in. Yeah, let me just correct, yeah. As percent default prompt. Wonderful. So that was awesome though. These ran like super identical. 80% politeness, garden salad. It's plus or minus a couple of bugs. I mean, I could try my agent here. Clear. What was the agent / agents? So Claude MD maintainer and the cross language sync. What was this one? Ensure all that files. Okay. What was changed? Understand the intent. Yikes. Fixed a bug. I've just added a new decorator, yeah. I need some cross-language sync. Let's just see what happens. I don't think that'll call my agent, but this might be slightly helpful. Oh, it will. Wonderful. All right. And I think I'm doing this with Opus, so I think it's expensive. Let's see. Oh, and I think today I realized maybe I'll just make myself a little... Can't I? Maybe I'll just make myself a little... Let's just do this, Claude. Consistent variable names. Come on. And idiomatic. Both should be snake case. Camel case. Thank you. Okay. This is totally working. This is totally working in both languages. So the next thing is, well, what about, I might need a little build system or something, because the TypeScript needs to run on the server as a, library for a server to call. Basically, I mean, if you look at the examples, let's just close this and have get back to, if you look at the restaurant or whatever. This should definitely become an await. Wait, this is the wrong language. Yeah, wrong language. Yeah, if you look at the server, test, no, close it, close it, close it, close it, close it. If you look at a TypeScript example, TypeScript, examples, just any of them. Let's do job interview. You know, instead of read line, yeah, here it is. Here it is. Yeah. So await interviewer.go. Um, that could put a message on a like Kafka queue. That could put a message into a user's like session, session state. That could put a message into a database record. You could also, it's possible that I could make chat field configurable, and the chat field storage system, which is currently memory only, could be exposed, and then the state could be stored. But so that's all server side. But all of this should be runnable. I mean, I think there's a couple of cool, like, I doubt they work anymore, but like this React components, is it? Yeah, chat input props. I don't care. Oh yeah, maybe the Copilot kit is going to be more pleasant. Ooh, gatherers. This is old code. Use Copilot action. Show collected data. Oh, that's cool. Handle collected data. This. This is. I've literally never read this code yet on this project, but yeah, and this gatherer stuff. This whole thing needs to be redone. But I want chat field running in the browser, integrating into React component for sure. I want to use like up here. Yeah, I want to use chat field, right? For sure, I want to use chat field. And then in the React state, chat field can update, you can call chat field and all that. So that's the final step of the like language. My theory was there's a lot of AI work in JavaScript and in Python, and to ignore either is foolish, basically, for a tool like Chatfield. So, that's the next step. That's the next step. Whoops. Let me see. Oh, geez, there's a lot of chat messages. One thing is common, true, normal code. I started with function app. Yes. Thanks. Thank you. I'm a freshman. Doubting taking this course. Gossips? Rumors about AI? Yeah, I I I think our profession, we have the luxury that it's reinventing itself every few years anyway. My first job was system administrator. That's not a job anymore. Um, but the system administrators didn't like all get fired one day. I know there's change and creative destruction in the marketplace and all of this, but that became DevOps, and then you know virtualization made long-term systems less relevant, and now we do cloud. So I would say, roughly speaking, most system administrators became like cloud engineers, roughly speaking, because you're connecting up networks and you're connecting up systems and setting firewall rules and doing all the things system admins did. And so the fact that system administration is a dead job, kind of, roughly speaking, does not mean that it ruined the profession. Those people carried on enjoying their profession and getting better and growing. So no, I think freshmen learning software, um, uh, the maybe the difference is, I don't know, is engineering versus the science like growing apart, Maybe software engineering is just less and less like computer science every day or every year or every decade, because now software engineering is like, how do you run Claude Code? Do you know how to run Claude Code well? Which has it's just, you know, learning the profession more, just learning the tools of the trade and all of that. It has nothing to do with deep theoretical mathematical underpinnings. It's just, do you know how to prompt Claude Code well? So I don't know if the software engineering will will reflect computer science less and less, but it won't change the good opportunities for technology people. I think none of us will live long enough to see technology people like, unneeded, or I mean, there will be, in our lifetimes, there will be booms and busts, but the day will never come when we don't need all these technical experts, in the same way that the day will never come when we no longer need, I don't know, engineers to make bridges. We just always will. For 1,000 years, we will still need humans to like operate the technology, to plan and to build a bridge, and to take responsibility for the outcomes. That's another huge one that I think is relevant here. So no, I'm completely optimistic about LLMs and AI software. I think there's a little bit of a shame of applying for a job right now is a bit of a nightmare, because LLMs have like overwhelmed that process on the application, on the applying side, and on the hiring side. But it's unfortunate, but I think that's a temporary problem. Um, and so that's, I think, the most annoying pain point right now is um, like the spam of with like job applications and hiring and finding talent and all of this sort of thing. But the fundamentals are extremely positive in my view. Are there any more messages? Once you get free time, you say how to make a translator. Yeah. Yeah. What I've done a ton, I don't know if I'm totally following, I'm trying to read it and wrap up, but many times with Copilot here in my uh, um, IDE, I'll just say like, I need like this Python except TypeScript, and I'll just write some Python code, you know, right. Stop it. Something like that. And then, is it going to work? Why are you not letting me? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I don't know if that was discussed in the chat just now, but I do this constantly and then what I do is I little cheeky delete so no one, cover the crimes, erase the crimes. Um, I do this constantly in my own work just to make Copilot kind of write things correctly. Whoops. Yes. And then did anyone sell multiple languages? Ooh, for Rust, that's a good point. And then, but with Rust is a good point. Go. The thing so something that I'm like, I'm getting easy that others may not, is what I'm building here is not really a system. It's a high level. It's good in like the scripting languages like Python and TypeScript. It's not like a system application of any sort. And so I didn't think to use Rust. Although maybe that's just my own bias about Rust. But let me just check this in. Let me make some notes. Okay, I know exactly what I'm going to say. Let me just leave a note for myself that says next step is get this thing in the browser. Yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. Mhm. That's the next step. That's the next step. So that's my note to myself. I won't push that. That's just to remind myself what to do. This has been a huge success. Got a ticket to change my case. And, oh, I'll leave this here. I don't know if this thing's gonna want to, I don't know. I'll leave this here. So I'll log out. This has been totally successful. Both languages, both test suites, both end to end. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Thank you. Next time, I think I cannot stream tomorrow.